check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Also for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your wah 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 lift it up, then they bust it open, lift it up, yeah. Come on, lift it up, then they bust it open for your B-O-Y. For your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bust or not.
Come on, blaze. So you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
What's up? How y'all doing? I ain't gonna lie, I was bopping to the intro myself, girl. I was over here, he fills me up. Yay! We was all bopping. How y'all doing? Happy Saturday. What y'all was doing? Nothing. Ain't nobody on YouTube. What's up? What y'all was doing? Y'all ain't had nothing going on. Ain't nobody on YouTube. At least the last time I checked. What y'all got going on? We gonna go over here and we josing. Y'all already know. I would have came on earlier, but I'm taking down Christmas, items and things of that nature. I wanted to make sure I took them down outside first because unlike many years in the past, I don't want to be the last person on the block pulling all my lights down and whatnot. And not that I care what they say, but I just don't feel like being bothered, all the days or whatever the case may be. But anyways, so that's why I came on as late as I did. But I'm so happy to see y'all. I hope y'all are doing well. It is Saturday. It's nothing really going on. It's boring. It's boring. I say what I said. It's boring. I don't do clubs, so there's nothing of that for me to do. So it's just boring. So I said, why not come on here and joke with y'all? Now I've seen a few things I wanted to come talk to y'all about. And we're going to go down that list. But before we do, like the video. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the dollhouse, honey. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I go live and or upload new content. And then also, what's the next thing I want to say? Oh, returning dolls and dons, welcome back. Shout out to y'all. Make sure everybody hit that like button. We got a show I want to joke today. And we're going to discuss it. So Claressa Shields responds to 50 Cent. 50 Cent had kind of made a funny joke about her and Pap. And then Pap went back at him and told him that he needed to go back at Fab and get in the booth. But 50 decided to keep going back and forth with Pap, I'm sorry. And Claressa basically came out and said, for lack of better terms, people need hands and feet put on them. So I took that as a threat. So that's why the thing said what it said. So we're going to get into that. Past the holy whore, Jamal Bryant. He finally covered his wife. I don't know why. It's like trying to put a blanket on the ocean. Y'all done gave the man enough backlash. He done put a turtleneck and a jumper on his wife. Okay? We gonna get into it because I heard she was a slut. Is that true? I heard she used to be a slut. I don't know. They say she retired her slut bucket bag when she married past the holy whore. We don't know. We gonna discuss that. Boosie begging Trump for a pardon because they about to put him in prison, as they should. And I'm so tired of seeing him beg. It's really unbecoming of a so-called man. Every time you turn around, Boosie got his hands out to the clears, and it's just so weird. We're gonna discuss that, and then we also got to discuss this sissy, T.S. Madison, has came out. And finally, weeks and weeks later, after we almost forgot, T.S. has decided to come out and respond to the rhetoric that Nicki Minaj had went on the right side at Turning Point and said. And I guess she's and I didn't see it. We're gonna see it together. But I'm assuming that TS is responding to the comment of boys should be boys. Okay. We gonna get into it. Now, y'all all know this sissy, TS Madison, is the ambassador for the clears, and the powers that be of the LGBTQIA plus community. So we really was expecting her to say something earlier, but the fact that it took this long tells me that somebody was treading light. But we gonna get into that, y'all. Y'all get up in here, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. I'm so happy to see y'all. I hope y'all having a wonderful Saturday. Girl, I was getting out my car and it was you know what song was coming on, and I just wanted to be at a cookout, girl. What's the song? It's a trail ride song where they be saying, dang, girl, that song came on and I just felt like I needed to smell barbecue on the grill. I felt like I needed to see people dancing. I felt like you know what I'm saying? A glass of liquor. You know, I just felt like I needed to be at a cookout, girl. It probably was King George or somebody, girl. I don't know why that feeling just came on me. And that's another reason why I'm taking my Christmas stuff down so early. Because, girl, I'm over Christmas. You know, after Saint left this earth, it wasn't the same. Okay, so I'm over Christmas at this point, you know. Let me I wanted to show y'all something though before we get into that. It's one or two things I wanted to comment and give my little 1-2 yin on. Okay. Hold on. What is this? Okay, hold on. We ain't there yet. Y'all like the video if you haven't already, please and thank you. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I literally have nothing else going on at the moment. Nah, I don't want to talk about that. Is this it? Oh, yeah. Let me bring this up. So while Cardi B is having the worst year so far, and we only on day 3, Offset gets spotted in bed with this girl. What is her name? Selena Powell. So apparently this girl, Selena Powell, shares footage right after Cardi's already getting heel kicked in the bike with Stephon Diggs. You know, he around here allegedly, they say he was giving tranquilizers and whatnot, pink powder and stuff to the girls. Now they say he around there choking and banging, allegedly, the chef. So he going through hell and high water. He got a baby on the way. He just had 3 babies. Cardi got to work like a Hebrew slave to pay the label back. She can't spend time with culture, collection, creation, or couture. We don't know what's going on. And just when Cardi just came out there and said, y'all, please, Lord, please, let me breathe. What you want me to do? Somebody, the devil said, hold my beer, I guess. And they decided to bring out Offset in bed with this girl, Selena. Now, let me just say this. I don't know who this young lady is. I don't know these children. I just know her name sound familiar. Now, him being in bed with this girl normally would be frowned upon because he is still married. However, his wife, being the Jezebel that she is with that spirit on her, she decided to say, I don't care if we married, I'm going to go have a baby by another nigga. So at this part in the game, it's kind of like free game. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like free game. So seeing this is probably nothing to us, but I'm pretty positive it's going to tear Cardi down because remember, her getting with Stephon Diggs was the aha moment for Offset. It was the I could do better. I could upgrade. See, this nigga, he dark skinned like you. He got braids like you, but he make more money. You know, remember, Offset was supposed to be somewhere in the corner in a fetal position crying because she has already elevated to the next level. But it turns out the bitch took a escalator down to hell. And I didn't even know escalators go down. So here it is. Lord Selena Powell shares footage of her in bed with Offset, claimed they made a little tape. All you heard was him. I did not want to have that visual. Ew. It says, made a little tape last night and all you heard was him in the video. LOL, Offset, you a sleepy boy. I guess, she meaning snoring? Let's get into it.
Offsets his annoying behavior just a little bit. Perfect.
Thank you. How do you get service to your phone? Through airplane mode and then Wi-Fi. Thank you very much. I love that. I remind you, it's totally changed the way we operate.
have a question. Are they together or they just been smashing for a long time? Because it's given like she not a random, but it's given they not in no relationship neither. But I mean, I don't quite understand. I know why she did this for Cardi. That's why she did this. You know, y'all noticed this between Diddy and 50 and them. They use women as trophies. Like Diddy would go around and take other men's women just to be like, aha, I got one up on you. Women do the same thing. And you can see it when they do stuff like this. Because girl, what is you recording for? So you record, put it on the internet so Cardi could see, so it could be like a aha, you don't have your nigga or this nigga. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what's going on. All I know is Offset look a mess. Child, she's an industry whore. Oh my God. Sounds about right. I think all of them in the industry is whores. Ooh, tomorrow, you know what we gonna joke tomorrow? Dawn Richardson and what's that boy named Q? Oh yes, baby. I did go see that interview, at least the clip where he spoke about how he was drugged with them tranquilizers around there. Oh yes. We gonna talk about that tomorrow. Cause I told y'all, don't trust Dawn. Dawn was not, girl, you can't trust Dawn as far as you can see her. I've been told, we gonna joke it tomorrow. I don't wanna go too far, but we gonna go over it tomorrow, girl. That really hurt me, that story, and I know he wasn't lying because something about Dawn always been off to me, always. And let me tell you something about Dawn too. Before we move on, Dawn is the kind of girl. If the price is right, I just might. You see what I'm saying? Dawn wanted to be a star so bad, and that's why God made sure she could never be. Okay. Let's get into this. So we spoke about Will Smith. I don't know if it was on this channel. I think maybe it was on the other channel. But for those of you guys who don't know what's going on, Will Smith is being sued by a violinist. Now, the violinist alleges, I'm not going to go over the story in verbatim because I did on either this channel or another. However, the violinist is alleging that he was hired by Will Smith to go on tour with them. And long story short, he gets a hotel room with the crew. And he said the only people knew where his hotel room was basically the hotel. However, he leaves out of his room, comes back. There's a letter saying, come back with your booty out. They ain't say that. But that's what I would have wrote. This is not funny. I'm sorry. So look, they say the letter said, when I get back, make sure your booty out, or whatever the case. And it said, make sure you leave the door unlocked, or whatever the case. I don't know, whatever. Either way, the boy was scared. He was terrified. He went down to the hotel, have him move his room, and when he asked Will about it, allegedly he got fired. Now, the boy is claiming because he done got fired for him being assaulted, or not assaulted, almost assaulted. He feels like he's suffering from all sorts of PTSDs and whatnot, and ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Now, if you are like me, you like, well, damn, how Will get sued? He wasn't the one that left you the letter. Well, I'm going to be honest. I do believe Will left him the letter, and I do believe Will wanted a little bit of that booty. And for anybody on here that's going to get on here and say, Will Smith wouldn't do that, you a lie and the truth ain't in you, bitch. You's a lie and the truth ain't in you. He is from the city of brotherly love, where even though what they do is wrong, they still do it. You see what I'm saying? Freeway made a whole song. The song's premise was, I know everything that I'm doing is wrong, but it don't matter. I'ma still do it. They say, even though what we do is wrong. And then Freeway came back and said, we still hustle till the sun come up. Drink a 40 to the sun. You know what I'm saying? All that. So don't get on here and act like Will can't do it. Whatever they say Will did, I'm going with the move. He did it. Okay? So don't get on here. All that. Because you had the girl bye. Girl bye. Okay? I told y'all all y'all faves ain't who y'all thought they was. No way. Okay? Yeah, I'm the bearer of bad news. Hello. anyway, this is the violinist. And I'm not gonna lie, him suing Will is kind of out there, because he's alleging that the letter is, he believed the letter to be from Will or somebody like Will, and he believes that he was being groomed. Almost. Because the grooming didn't happen because you caught it. So he caught the letter and hurry up and took action. So really it was no harm, no foul. But according to this dude, it still was the intention of it. So that's why he's suing, child. Now, he done came out and had a few words to say, child. Now, this was, they say right after, huh? It says, Brian King Joseph, the professional violinist who has sued Will Smith and his company for sexual harassment, alleging wrongful termination and retaliation, shared a video hinting at the legal matters days before he filed the complaint in court. So, okay, yeah, this was days before he filed the complaint. It says, important PSA, I love you guys. Stay safe out there and always stand up for your beliefs and what is right no matter what. Now, this is the boy, Brian King Joseph. He looks like he's a nice looking young man. Let's get into it.
Hey, everybody. I just wanted to talk about something really important. Earlier this year, I was hired to be a performer on a major tour with somebody who is huge in the industry. So I was excited, proud of myself for getting the opportunity. Unfortunately, some things happened, and I can't get into the details of exactly what that was, because it's already a legal issue right now. But the reason why I'm speaking out about this is because getting fired or getting blamed or shamed or threatened or anything like that, simply for reporting sexual misconduct or safety threats at work, is...
Oh, and I think I need to say this too for his clarification. Another reason he's suing is because after he reported the incident, that's when Will's representative came and fired him. Now, in the workplace, that's called, what do you call it? It's kind of like you can't, if I report something, you can't then get me in trouble because I reported something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's a thing. It's a violation of workplace activities that is going on, if that is the case. But he would have to prove that in court, that the reason he was fired or let go was because of that. And according to him, he said that basically retaliation. That's what it is. Thank y'all. Y'all know how I am with these words. Retaliation. It's retaliation. You can't retaliate against somebody for spilling tea on some wrongdoing. That's in any workplace. I don't care if you work at the tire shop, or I don't care if you work at a Fortune 500 company. All workplaces have to honor you being able to have safe environments to go and tell. So the boy is suing Will because when he told right after that, he's saying retaliation came because they fired him or whatever. But he gonna have to prove that.
Not okay. And I know that there's a lot of other people out there who have been afraid to speak up, and I understand. And if that's you, I see you. And that's pretty much it. More updates to come soon. Thanks for listening.
So the boy say he got more stuff that's coming out or whatever. This more or less, I'm gonna be honest, this isn't more of a sexual assault case. To me, this is more of a workplace violation situation. You know what I mean? The reason being is because, yes, while it does involve sexual harassment, I wouldn't say sexual assault because he has nobody to put it on because he don't know who left the letter. Oh, another thing, he said he found an HIV pill bottle in his room too. Crazy. He found the letter along with an HIV pill bottle. Bitch, I'd have ran up out of there with the tour and everything. Wouldn't have been no tour. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying all that to say his situation is more of a workplace situation where he wasn't being protected. And when he went to spill tea on something wrongdoing in the company, he was retaliated against. Like I said, I think his biggest deal is going to be proving it, but we'll see. He said he got some damning evidence, but he did speak to the assistant, according to him. And he said he told the assistant, well, the assistant basically insinuated that he was being fired because of it, because basically he was like, why am I being fired? And he said the assistant was like, you tell me. And he was like, what you mean? And they had the conversation about what he alleged happened. And the assistant was basically like, yeah, we not believing you. So he's suing for that. It's more of a workplace that involves sexual harassment, if anything, not sexual assault, because assault would have had to been actual physical violation for the most part. All right. I I want to bring this to y'all too. I told y'all rappers are poor. I told y'all all them niggas gonna get on podcasts, 5 mics on one nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or 5 niggas on one mic. I told y'all because they poor. Finesse 2 times been wilding out on the internet. But he did say something that I need y'all to understand. Now, he's talking about the stuff and the money that people get as rappers and how we believe that they making all of this money because of the jury and the things that they have. Let me say this, because he's going to talk about how we believe that these people are paying cash for these items, but really they're not. The average ignorant person is going to say, oh yeah, well that's easy. It's credit. It's not like going and get a loan at the bank. Do you understand that first of all, most of that jewelry fake? Okay? First of all, most of that jewelry fake that these niggas be wearing. I don't even think most of these niggas even wear real jewelry in the doggone in the entertainment industry. I'm sorry. But a lot of those quote unquote credits that they be getting, or because it is loans, it ain't credits. A credit you don't have to pay back. But the credit that they're using or the loans, do you know how much they'll be done paid back for that fake ass jewelry? And this is the money. This is why you'll see an artist say, I only see the upfront money, or what do you call it? The signing money. But they never see the back end. That's how Toni Braxton came off a tour. Remember, she said she checked the account and all she had was $13,000 and a few Louis Vuitton luggages. Because everything you do from the moment you sign that contract costs money. And these people, especially these jewelers, that's a whole nother kick. But these jewelers is selling these niggas fake jewelry that shine, and these niggas is signing their life away for it. I didn't want to share this with y'all from Finesse.
Be out of game now. They financing it. Oh, he went and speak 600,000 for. He didn't get a jeweler number 50,000 in some promotion, and he owe him. Yeah, how I know? Because I did it. They ain't do nothing but went in their bank account and got 3, 4, 500, 6,000 out and took it and recorded it and then took it right back into the bank and put it in. No, the jeweler didn't get that. The jeweler didn't get that. When them cameras went off, that shit went back. Y'all let them niggas fool y'all. I'm going to give y'all the real. I'm giving y'all the game now.
I've been telling y'all rappers were poor. And let me explain this to you. First of all, the jeweler and the record company are on the same team. The jeweler and the record company are on the same team. Okay? So, with that being said, when you get your signing bonus, that's the money, that's the upfront money. That's when niggas be like, oh, I signed and I got $1 million signing bonus. That's that money. When you go and give this money to the Arabs or the Asians or whoever's selling you this jewelry, you thinking, oh, okay, I'm purchasing this, but that money going right back into the same people's pockets, and you not getting real jewelry. These rappers, basically the signing money that you got, you giving it right back. You're giving it right back. Rappers are poor, you guys. That's why they all on podcasts now. They're poor. Now they have a way to make money that they've never seen in their lives. And I don't care where you've seen them at on what red carpets. I don't care how much jewelry you've seen them have. I don't care what you've seen. These rappers have always been poor, and they seeing these regular people getting money on these doggone internets, and that's why they flocking over here, because they gonna probably try to make more money here than they ever made in their career. They poor. Better believe it. You better believe it. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to y'all. I want to let's start with Boosie. Let's start into the show. So Boosie. Bigging again. So let me start off with this story with Boosie. Wait, before we do that, let me read a couple super chats. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. Hold on. Like the video, y'all. I didn't even realize I had that comment still up. Draylin, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Welcome to the dollhouse, honey. Thank you. Key Facts, thank you so much for becoming a new member. Thank you so much. Welcome to the dollhouse. And T-Babe, thank you for being a member for 15 months. Says, rock on out, boo. Nothing but love. Oh, nothing but love back to you, beautiful. Thank you so much, T-Babe. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please. I sure appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but y'all over here by me. Okay? let's get into Boosie. So we want to get into a few things. So Boosie has been begging every sitting president or anybody in any place of any high standard to get him off of his charges. And I, for one, don't like it. Let me tell you something about what I've learned about Boosie. Although Boosie makes wonderful music, and I am a fan of the music, not all of it, some of it, I do believe that Boosie gets passes that he should not get amongst the community. See, Boosie at one point in time in his life used to get little children, little 13, 14, 15-year-old kids to be hitmen for him. As a matter of fact, he still was doing it even up until this recent arrest. Now, that has nothing to do with the arrest per se. Recently, I want to say a year or so ago, he was arrested in California. He was pulled over by the police. He had a gun in the car. Mind you, Boosie is a felon. He's a felon. He's not supposed to have no guns. Okay? But for some odd reason, Boosie ends up pulled over with a gun in the car. Now, I heard he wanted somebody else in the vehicle to take the lick, and nobody wanted to take the lick, so Boosie had to take the lick. And mind you, he is a felon, convicted by the way, and he could not be around weapons. So he goes to jail, and ever since then, they went to violate his probation or parole or whatever the hell he on, and he been windmilling with his head down trying to get somebody to get him off these charges. Now, this is why I say nobody should get him off these charges. Number one, all of the things that Boosie has done leading up to now, he's going to have to be accounted for, okay? Him getting Marlo Mike and them little kids to be hitmen, allegedly, not Marlo Mike ain't allegedly, because he in jail. But I heard it was other little kids that he was around there using basically bait for the police. That was messed up. Boosie even said in an interview himself, I hope I can find it, but he even said in an interview himself that he always kept little niggas around him to take the charge. He's an evil mother plucker. I know it looks like he changed his life, and the reason I'm saying look is because right when niggas was over here saying F the streets, Boosie, overgrown behind, was the first one to come out and say something against it. So that means he still have that hood street mentality, and those type of niggas need to be in prison. On top of that, maybe this gun charge is what you need, because you're not going to walk away scot-free for all the things that you done. You're just not going to do it. I ain't going to do it. I was about to say something. I ain't going to do it. Anyways, so he's been begging. He went down to the rights, or when Trump was running, I remember he went to their convention. I remember when they was doing the election, he was tweeting at Kamala. He was tweeting at anybody who would help him get out of this situation. He just had to get out. And the thing is, he ain't facing 10, 20 years. The nigga facing 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But at Boosie's age, with his health, that could be a death sentence, because he does suffer with diabetes. I heard he had cancer. I heard he had a whole bunch of other things, and my heart goes out to him. I don't wish that on nobody, but at the end of the day, like, Boosie, you got to take your lick, okay? And we tired of seeing you begging. I know I am. I'm going to speak for me. I'm tired of seeing this nigga begging. So this was the first thing he put out. Trump, check my case out. My case was dismissed, but Biden's DOJ recharged me with the same gun charge. Biden's pardon son of what? Oh, okay. You know, people don't use periods and whatnot. All right. So he says, my case was dismissed, but Biden's DOJ recharged me with the same gun charge Biden pardoned his son of. So, okay. And that's another thing I forgot to mention to y'all. They dropped the case, the state did, but then the feds picked it up. So that's what he's talking about when he said they picked it back up. Okay, so then he goes on to say, I was told I'm the only person in the country facing that charge now. President Trump, I already was given a 10-year sentence in state in 2009 for third offense, marijuana, grams. I was never even offered rehab, straight to prison. In Trump and Boosie, I'm a rapper. What? Filmmaker from Baton Rouge. I was targeted. My mountain things I stand on get me in a lot of but I'm real. My lawyer, Megan Blanco, can explain this case. She knew the charges in against you were bad. She even spoke about it on the radio. So Boosie is going as far as trying to compare his case to Trump. Like, look, Trump, look, My lawyer told me, see how they messed over you? They messing over me too, Trump. Help me, Trump. Help me. Like, I'm all for Trump helping rappers and all that, but not Boosie. Because Boosie is a turncoat. It's not, one thing I will give Lil Wayne and Kodak Black. I don't give a damn who they like, but they liked who they liked from the beginning. And they never faltered and they never wavered. Waka Flocka too. Regardless of if y'all like the choice in people who they chose those people organically. Boosie is over here trying to save his ass. And it's so obvious that if I was Trump, I wouldn't even look that nigga away. I would at least get a rapper who rock with me, but I'm not going to let you use me up now. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, Robin. Yeah, you're right. Boosie done had way too many chances. The amount of chances Boosie had, girl, Boosie should have been locked up. Boosie should have been doing life in prison or had the electric chair. No cap. For all of that stuff Boosie got away with back in Baton Rouge, go on YouTube when we get off alive. Go on YouTube and go research all them old charges and all that old stuff Boosie was in, girl. Boosie was jacked up. Do you hear me? Tied, girl, jacked up. He was messed up bad, and he really should be in jail for life. So to say that he's even out and experiencing life and buying land and he's only facing the charges he's facing, he should be grateful, to be completely honest. Because he think he going to leave the universe without paying that price, and he going to have to pay it. Now, Megan Kuniff, you know, this the Meg Griffin looking lady. I don't know where this lady come from. She tweeted, because she be in all of the rappers. See, this is another thing. Megan Kuniff is a plant. I believe, conspiracy theorist. Megan Kuniff is a plant. That lady fell out the sky from nowhere. All of a sudden, the reporter on all the rappers' court stuff. But I'm a conspiracy theorist. Don't pay me no mind. Anyways, so Megan Kuniff, she came out and tweeted, and this is what she had to say. Y'all like the video if you haven't already. She says, federal prosecutors in San Diego want Boosie to serve 2 years in prison for possessing a firearm while a felon. Probation recommends almost 4 years. Boosie, meanwhile, is hoping for a real Donald Trump pardon. Sentencing is 1 week from the date. So next week, Boosie supposed to get sentenced. His people want 2, them people want 4. You're going to sit down, bro. You know, unless Trump come in at the last minute, because they say you got to go to court next week. Unless Trump come in at the last minute and swoop you up like a damn eagle, bitch, you're on your ass, bro. And you're going to have to go sit down. You know, at one point in time, rappers used to go to jail and they used to just take their lick and they used to just go sit down. But for some odd reason, Boosie was just defending the streets. But now it's time for you to go sit down. It's a problem. The streets come with going sit down. You can't have the streets without going sit down. They come hand in hand. It's kind of like a package deal, like a 2-for-1. You know what I'm saying? Like a buy one, get one. So I don't quite understand why it is, this is just me with my regular common sense, why it is that Boosie is trying to evade the inevitable. I don't quite get it. I would be happy that if I got away with all of the things that I got away with in life, 2-4 years, baby, I'd have been sitting down them 2 to 4 years, getting my health in order or whatever. He should be good with that. But again, because he's always begging, always acting like, oh, because I'm sick, oh, because of this. I personally don't care. I don't care. I like Boosie's music, but Boosie is the person I could care less about. What he eat don't make me okay? And him just even existing ain't gonna make me live or die. So I don't really care. And plus, the universe is coming back to collect. So it is what it is. They're already collecting on your jaundice in your eyes, bro. You get it? When they gave you diabetes, you supposed to sit down, bro. You was. But you kept drinking and smoking and whatnot. Now you look like you're on a DI's list. You better go lay down. Don't worry about it. Prison gonna make you go lay down. Let me stop. That's not funny. I ain't about to do that. I ain't about to relish in it. Speaking of relishing, you know, Shannon Sharp, good old boy, Shay Shay. You know, sometimes My grandma used to say some niggas got more luck than sense. You know, and I never understood it as a kid, but once I got old and started observing, I started realizing exactly what my grandma meant when she said some niggas got more luck than sense. Now, in this situation, Shannon Sharp would be one of the niggas with more luck than sense. Now, what do I mean? When my grandma used to say that a nigga got more luck than sense, that means the nigga is stupid, but for some odd reason, he keep finding a way to make his way out of it. You know what I'm saying? He lucky enough to make his way out of his stupidity. This nigga, Shannon Sharp, he just lost millions upon millions of dollars playing with an OnlyFans clear girl who's shaped like a little boy. You see what I'm saying? And you would think, I'm not saying that he need to go into a hermit. I'm not saying he need to go turn into a monk or nothing like that. But you think my boy would be more strategic in the way that he moved and move slightly different. And some might say, well, Vu, he's just on a podcast talking. And I know sometimes I get on here and talk. But baby, some things you don't joke about. This fool got on here and was talking about he want to go find girls in Dominican Republic. And I'm over here saying, and you just don't learn. And I'm pretty sure if he do get over there, because he probably go all the time, it's a bitch over there rubbing hands like Birdman to get the rest of that money you got, dummy. Here you go. He just don't learn. Shannon Sharp is one of those niggas my grandma used to say, and my grandma's still here. My grandma said to this day, that nigga got more luck than sense. And she said it literally like that. Yes, my grandma used the N-word. My grandma would tell you in a minute, that nigga got more luck than sense. That's Uncle Shannon Sharp. Here you go. Let's get into it.
I think about going to the Dominican and treat myself. What kind of car they got over there?
They drive mopeds.
Oh, what they got? They got something with like long hair and light skin.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think
that's the DR. Like you talk about Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What they do out there?
Y'all see how he was licking his lip? For y'all who don't know what they do out there, I hang with niggas. The niggas say they be selling coochie out there. They say the girls is bad, bitch. They say them hoes is bad. They say them hoes over there looking like Barbie dolls and they selling coochie for $40. I don't know if it's true. I ain't never went bought no coochie from nowhere. I'm just telling you what the niggas said. Them niggas said you could go get a bad bitch. I'm talking about bad. They say for about $50. I don't know. Okay, so when Shannon is on here talking about, I want to go to the DR. Yeah, Ocho. I'm over here looking at him like, you ain't learned nothing, dummy. See, it's more luck than sense.
Oh, Lord.
Man, you know, if it don't, when I travel for soccer. That's the DR. Like you talk about Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What they do out there?
Oh, Lord.
Man, you know, if it don't, when I travel for soccer reasons only. So if it ain't got nothing to do with soccer,
I'm gonna sock something. Oh,
soccer reasons only. So
again, ain't nothing wrong with Shannon joking. And honestly, if he want to buy a coochie, I wouldn't recommend it. Ain't nothing wrong with that neither. But he gonna have to take the lick when he run into that brick wall. This is what I mean, though. Shannon Sharp, he's a man. He's a human. He gonna have sex again. I'm not saying that, but you gotta be careful with your mouth, bro, because you over here on the internet joking, and then next thing you know, some random bitch out the DR pull up hollering he was over there assaulting me. You know they on your ass, nigga. Shannon is one of them good old boys. You know what I'm saying? Shannon is one of them old, mama over there told me to go fetch the water. Yeah, he one of them. He ain't never been nowhere but Savannah, Georgia until he went to the league. He don't know nothing about, he only fantasized about them lily white girls. He got out in that league and he started licking his lips. He started losing his mind. You know what I'm saying? Look at him. Looking crazy than a road lizard. Even them hoes in the Dominican Republic gonna be scared with him getting off the van. Man, if you don't get your ass getting off the van looking like Mister. Boy, if you don't get from around here with that part all the way to the bike of your head, I already knew not to trust that nigga when I seen the part went all the way to the bike. Get off of here, Shannon. Bye. Bye, Shannon. We don't want to hear it. We'll catch you at the next situation when the girls come out and say, now we saw you like to put your big log up people booty and all of that. And we saw that through the court documents. Because that's what you was over there saying you wanted to do. Or whatever the case may be. You better put it up for them people cut it off. I'm telling you. You better put it up for them clears. Cut it smooth off. Because they'll do it. You know they don't play. Now, I want to get into Claressa Shields and Papoose and 50. Y'all, get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all like the video. So, 50 Cent and Papoose has been beefing. Everybody knows this, right? But it started, really 50 Cent started it. I ain't gonna lie. 50 Cent started the beef because 50 Cent put out a video basically saying, well, kind of like mimicking Claressa. It was from a blaxploitation movie. We spoke about it before. I'm gonna just give y'all the cliff notes because I'm not gonna pull all that up. But he basically did a blaxploitation video, but he put AI Claressa Shields' face on the woman's face, and he AI Papoose's face on the male's face. Now, if y'all know blaxploitation, it was about a lot of pimping and hoeing. And the rumor going around the internet has been that Claressa Shields and Papoose is basically in a pimp hoe dynamic. And let me say this too. Speaking of, I was over there on Sherelle's World. Shout out to Sherelle's World. And her and Perry were talking about this situation. And she came up with a theory that maybe, possibly, allegedly, Remy may be possibly sending people on YouTube to attack Claressa Shields. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think about it until after she said it. Because for some odd reason, is it just me? I've been getting a lot of random small channels popping up with buku Claressa Shields hate. Am I the only one? And I'm not saying Claressa Shields hate, but I've been seeing a lot of videos randomly, recently, pop up in my timeline, and it's old Claressa got left by Papoose. Claressa spends Christmas by herself. And before she said that, I started noticing a lot of that coming up in my timeline. But then after she said it, it really started flowing through. And I'm like, and I know how the internet and the algorithm work. It goes really off of how you feel because the algorithm do read your mind. So I get that too. But ultimately, it just was like, I had already picked that up. And then when Sherelle said it, I was like, and then after that, they started popping. I was like, oh. Now the rumor is, this is the rumor. The rumor is, allegedly, Remy Ma dropped the divorce from Papoose, and her and Papoose is working together on a scheme that Todd set up to get the money, the head, the bread, then leave from Dagarissa. Now, I'm going to stop calling her that. I'm going to stop calling her that because that girl is a heterosexual lady. Claressa. Okay, let me just call that lady Claressa. So, the people in the streets are saying that Remy done dropped the divorce. She want her husband back. And he over there getting the money so he can come back and bring it to Remy. Y'all seen the other videos of them allegedly being at the first store for Christmas. Somebody was saying that was two separate videos because the man was wearing two different outfits. I would have to go back and look at it. Don't get me to lying. However, this Claressa Shields and let me pull them up so y'all can get a picture of them. Girl, let me pull them up so y'all can get a picture of the people. So y'all can see them while we josing. Why not, you know? Because if you can't see them, then what we talking about? So, hold on. So basically, the rumor, like I said, the rumor so far is that Remy dropped the divorce. I don't know if Remy dropped the divorce. I would be lying to you if I told you that she did. I have no clue if Remy dropped that divorce, but that's the rumor going on. They got a lot of T pages that done popped up with a whole bunch of Claressa Shields hate. And let me just say this too. I want to move into this part because I got to be honest with y'all. I pride myself on being honest. I ain't always right, but one thing I am is honest. The fact of the matter is this. I'm seeing all this Claressa hate page pop up, and don't get me wrong, Claressa is annoying. She lame, she weird, she's annoying, she's an attention seeker. However, what I noticed is the same syndrome y'all have with Claressa Shields is the same syndrome y'all have with Summer from Baddies, I swear to God. This is the loud part this is the quiet part that none of you want to say out loud. A lot of you have a real issue with Claressa Shields because she is the dirty girl. I'm going to keep saying this. If you heard me say it before, I'm going to say it again. Because Claressa is the dog-skinned, nappy-head, dirty girl from the hood who came from less than poverty, who was never supposed to make it. She was supposed to be nothing in life. She was supposed to have a whole bunch of kids. She was supposed to be back in the hood on food stamps and welfare. She was not supposed to make it. Not only was she not supposed to make it, she wasn't supposed to make it this far. And it triggers something inside of a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you what it triggers. It triggers the why her and not me. It happens in your subconscious. So I'm telling you this, and you're going to think that I'm crazy, right? Y'all going to be like, no, Vu, that's not true. She is just annoying. And she is. I'm not taking that away from her. She is annoying. And a lot of the backlash she get, she deserves. I'm not taking none of that away from Claressa. But what I'm telling y'all is it's a double standard, and Perry brought this up on Sherelle's show as well. It is a huge double standard because y'all dragging Claressa, but y'all don't tell Easy the Block Captain nothing. Mind you, it was public that Remy left with that nigga before we knew Papoose was My bad. Mind you, we knew about that girl Remy being with Easy the Block Captain long before we knew him being with Claressa. Yet and still, the internet drags Claressa down to the ground, and y'all don't say nothing to Easy the Block Captain. Y'all don't even say nothing to Remy. I'm just saying. And you know, I appreciate you saying this. Somebody say, I love you, Vu, but that's not it. Rissa is not a good person. Do more research on her character and you might have a change of heart. And you know what? That may be true. That may be true, but I'm going to just tell you what I see from the outside looking in. I see a lot of people throwing stones at Claressa Shields, but I never see y'all throw some stones at nobody else. I don't see y'all doing that. Y'all have, I just feel like, and I'm not saying you, so let me take you down. I just feel like when I'm looking from the outside looking in at this situation, I see a whole bunch of black women, the same black women who claim they for black women. That's why I hate when black women say that. I'm going to be the first one to get on the internet and tell y'all the God's honest truth. Black women hate other black women. Bitch, lie to yourself on the internet. Don't lie to me. And don't get on here, but not me. I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm speaking in general. Black women hate other black women. Let's be real. We our own biggest enemy. So the fact that I see mostly black women tearing her down, it be like hypocrisy to me. Because these be the same black women that a light-skinned what her name is, Cassie or something get popped, then it's, we need a revolution. You get it? Now, again, I'm not saying that some of the backlash she received, she doesn't deserve. I think that she's annoying. That's why I don't pay her no mind. She's annoying as hell. But for you to keep going to this lady, for her to annoy you, just so that you can say all the harsh, mean things that you want to say to her, that you really, really think about yourself subconsciously, I think it's messed up. Because at the end of the day, and I'm going to just say it like this. Even I had to check myself in the midst of her saying me. I had to check myself because when she was in Louis Vuitton spending $30,000, I was like, bitch, you could have combed your hair. And then immediately I checked me and I said, hold on, Vu. Bitch, how you know what you're supposed to look like to go spend $30,000? You ain't never spent $30,000. I said that to myself. So I checked myself midstream and said, hold up, back up. I don't know what it looked like to spend $30,000. So my broke ass gonna mind my broke ass business. I did say that because I don't know how you supposed to look to spend 30 racks because I ain't never did it. I'm saying all that to say it's a difference between the way that y'all are attacking Claressa than I've seen y'all attack other people. And I'm starting to notice a pattern. The pattern is The worst off the story is in real life, because y'all like them people to come on the internet and lie to y'all, Keisha Cole. Y'all like people to come on the internet and lie to y'all, Toya. Y'all like people to come on the internet and lie to y'all, 50 Cent. Y'all like people to come on the internet and lie to y'all, Diddy. Y'all like people to come on the internet. Everybody you know, y'all like people to come on the internet and lie to y'all. But when you see somebody who really did come from that, it triggers something in you. I believe that. I believe it. I believe it. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'll be that. But I believe it because I'm starting to see a pattern in who the internet picks on. Black women in particular. I'm starting to see a pattern in who you pick on. And it's very, very loud. It's extremely loud. That's all I'm saying. Say it's a one-off here, say it's a one-off there, but I'm going to tell you now, after a while, them one-offs ain't going to keep being one-offs. You get it? After a certain amount of time, the one-offs ain't going to be one-offs. So we're going to let y'all ride on the one-offs right now. All right, but with that being said, no, when they did bring up the fact that Claressa gets all of the hate, that is an issue. All three of them deserves the hate because at the end of the day, Remy cheated on Papoose, Papoose cheated on Remy, and Claressa got with a man who was still married. All three of them deserve the hate. But y'all over there praising Remy like she was the one done wrong. Remy, I'm not saying Remy ain't the one that wasn't done wrong, but Remy did wrong as well. Y'all out of pocket. But y'all ain't over there saying nothing to Remy, though. Y'all wait for Remy to post. You want to know why? Get me up here. I'm about to trigger y'all some more because I don't care. I ain't got nothing else going on. I'm about to trigger y'all some more. Y'all want to know why also? I'm trying to see how I'm going to say it because I'm about to trigger y'all on purpose. You want to know why y'all sitting up there rooting for Remy, even though Remy is dirty low down in this whole situation? It's a lot of unhealed women who husbands and stuff done left them and cheated on them with women and they never got over it. So you see an automatic victim in Remy, but Remy is not a victim. Remy is a participant. She's not only a member, she's a client. You get it? So because a lot of women harbor a lot of unhealed trauma, they tend to project that unhealed trauma on other people. Or they find people who is projecting their trauma and they like to jump in that projection so they can feel a little better about not healing their own trauma. But the fact of the matter is Remy ain't shit. She ain't. Papoose ain't shit. He ain't. And guess what? Claressa ain't shit. And so it's easy to block Captain. But only one person out of the four of these people is getting all the backlash. Come on now. And you really is only feeling, you only on Remy's side. I'm going to take these off. That's why I don't wear no earrings. You're only on Remy's side because you haven't healed your trauma. You see you in Remy. You see a victim in Remy because you believe you was a victim, but you not Remy and Remy not you. And guess what? If you think Remy a victim, you might want to go back and revisit that trauma because you probably wasn't one neither. Boop! Ow! That'll do it. That'll hold them. That'll hold them. Yeah. Nah, I'm going to make you mad. Say what I said. Now let's get back to Remy and these people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, say that part. Did say that. Because I want y'all to know it. Mm-hmm. At any rate, so here we go. Papoose beefing with Claressa. And this is the thing. Well, not Papoose beefing with Claressa. It was 50 versus Pat. But in 50's original situation, he implied, and I'll go find it, he implied that Papoose was pimping Claressa. And I believe that he is without a shadow of a doubt. Papoose slip is showing undeniably. Okay? His slip is showing crazily. Even with the way that he responds to her in videos and all that stuff, Papoose is obviously not into Claressa the way that Claressa is into Papoose. I don't care what nobody say. I don't even care what Papoose says. Papoose does not like Claressa the way that Claressa likes Papoose. That is a one-sided situation. He's playing a good role, but after a while, every actor starts to fall out of their role because guess what? You can't act but so long. When we seen him bigging her up, talking about the first time I love you, girl, when he was getting the $8 million deal, I said, oh. Then your mannerisms when you walking next to her, you're not kissing her. Come on, man, your slip showing. And you got to go back to the fact that Remy Ma told us you was a bum-ass nigga with a place who needed a place to stay. And you got to keep in mind, a person like Papoose is a predator. Not a predator. I don't want to call him a predator, but he's a narcissist. He understands how to fill the gap where a woman needs. He was able to fill Remy's gap because she needed support. The bitch ain't had no support. So what did Papoose do? Become the very thing that Remy needed. Support. Fast forward to Claressa. What is something she needs? Attention and love. What does Papoose go and provide? The very thing she needs. Attention and love. And by that, he gets to line his pockets. He gets to get back in the algorithm. He gets to have a name again. These narcissists seek these women, and I'm going to be real. They seek these women and what they lack, and they go in and attack that thing. If you need love, they're going to love bomb you. If you want children, they're going to come in and say, I want to have kids with you. If you want marriage, they're going to come in and swear to God they don't see no other woman but you, and they're going to marry you one day. They basically take what you lacking and what you need. That's why I tell women all the time, don't be on these first dates telling these niggas what you looking for, because all they doing is taking notes like, boom, dead. That's what these narcissists do. Claressa ain't never had a man to love her for real. Claressa ain't never had nobody to love her for real. So what does Papoose come in and provide? Just that. Everything that she desires. Or at least she thinks that she desires. But it's all a play. And his slip is showing day after day. Day after day. Even when he was over there eating that food, that nasty-ass dried chicken, it was like an act. It was like somebody said action. And he was like, oh, yes, babe. It's so good. I'll have another helping. I'm just like, nigga, what? And I'm hoping Claressa's smart enough to at least get out the way. But I think she's going to let this boulder fall right on her head because she's slow as a turtle. So anyway, 50 starts the beef with Claressa, or with Papoose, basically saying that he's the pimp, Claressa's the hoe. And then Papoose and him starts going back and forth. Papoose tells 50, why are you deflecting, trying to come over here and pick on me? You need to go back at Fabulous and Mano and them for the diss track that they did, because 50 is also in another three-way battle or beef with Mano, Fabulous, Davies, and a couple of other guys because of the podcast war, because they did a podcast saying that they didn't like that 50 did the documentary on Diddy. So he's already beefing with them. They put out a diss track for 50 to respond to, and 50 has not responded. Let me tell you why. 50 don't want to revive nobody's rap career. He's not going to respond. Y'all could call him lame. Y'all could call him whatever he wants. He's smart. He knows that if he say anything with a beat behind it, he's going to revive them niggas' rap careers. Jim Jones is the other one. Thank you, Tina. And he don't want to do that. So that's why he's pivoting somewhere else. And he pivoted toward Papoose. And Papoose was just like, bro, you basically trying to not get at me because you don't want to get at them niggas because you know you can't hang. Now, one thing Papoose did expose about 50 was that 50 is not who we think he is. That 50 was that fat ass kid who didn't really know how to rap. And that basically he implied that 50 was a plant. And I ain't gonna hold you. I was about a year or 2 years old ago when I found 50 Cent took on a moniker from an actual hood dude named 50 Cent in the Hood. I didn't know that. I stumbled across a YouTube video when they were talking about rappers who take on the monikers of real hood niggas. I didn't know, but then when you go back to them old pictures of 50 and he look like a fat ass lame, it makes sense, don't it? Anyway, like I said, these people allegedly be lying. So anyway, so him and Papoose are going back and forth, and Papoose is like, listen, Rick Ross is another one. He's another one. But Papoose is like, you going at me and you deflecting, go back at them. Well, after that, I guess him and Pap keeps going back and forth. And Claressa decides to jump in, and she has this to say. One of the things she said was, these rappers don't get their ass beat enough. That's the problem. Now, she's speaking about 50 Cent because he's now still in the process of going back and forth with, what's that girl name? With Papoose. Now, mind you, Papoose was posting stuff like this with AI pictures of 50's face on a woman dancing, you know, saying all types of stuff. And then 50 was posting stuff basically implying or alleging that Papoose head is messed up. Is that Uncle Murder in the video? Who is the guy? So 50 posts this video, and it's supposed to be Papoose under the hat. And he says this is what Papoose really looks like. Let me let y'all hear a little bit of the video.
Yeah, you see what this dirty nigga just posted? I know. And then the nigga blocked me because I said 50 gonna bomb your ass. Yeah. I'm gonna let the people know because this nigga look crazy. Look at him. Nigga must be stressed out. I think his bitch knocked him out for New Year's. The nigga woke up and wasn't thinking. All right, bro. I'm gonna let them know. All right. What you about to drop an album or something? That shit gonna flop. I don't know what's going on. What the fuck is going on up there? You look crazy. My son 50 say he not scared of you dusty niggas. You's a dusty nigga to him. Your career ain't never go nowhere. He don't respond to females that wear the pants. He told me he don't respond to females that wear the pants. You the bitch and he the Claressa's the nigga. You heard? I'm sorry. That's how it is. We don't rock with you. Stressed out over there. You need some attention. But we gonna give it to you. Got more shit to be worried about. Like that headline.
You know what? I was just noticing this another grown ass man sucking 50's wiener from the back. You take these are the new men, not all, but you a grown ass man. I'm talking about probably should have a house, kids, and responsibilities, and you on the internet taking up for another grown ass man. Who is this nigga? Who this nigga is? It just dawned on me. Like, who is this? Whose man's is? What y'all be saying up in New York? Yo, whose man's is this? Who is this nigga? Real talk. This a grown fanned out. Black Bunny, listen. Fanned out is not the word. Fanned out. When I told y'all that somebody said I can't remember who it was. Said when a nigga got money, he could even make grown niggas do mysterious things. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, these niggas be fanned out more than the bitches. Cause what are you, sir? What are you doing? These are two grown ass men in a battle going head to head. Why are you inserting yourself? You got to be a lame ass nigga. You gotta be a lame ass dweeb, like one of them academic ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. It's so weird.
You need Just for Men. You need to go to Colombia and get the hair extensions, let them poke your head a little bit more. Pause.
Yeah. I just noticed that watching the video. But anyway, that's the video that 50 posted about what's the boy name? Girl, about what's his name? Papoose. So then Papoose responds. He responded to that because he didn't too particularly appreciate it. We're gonna get into it. Hold on. So we saw that hold on, not here. We're not on you yet, Rissa. We gonna get to you, Rissa. Hold on. We don't get to you. So what's his name? Papoose responds, and this is what he has to say. So Papoose says, let me let y'all see. Papoose says, Photoshop or photo circulating of him with a receding hairline is actually DMX. May he rest in peace. He says they're getting desperate, still trying to Photoshop DMX head on me. May he rest in peace. Hashtag bars on wheels. Hashtag Papoose. So he posted the picture. This is the video, and this is the picture. He said that's actually DMX head, and not his. So according to Papoose, that was AI and Photoshop as well. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good ass Photoshop if it is. You feel me? But to use DMX head, that was messed up too. Now, you see how that could have backfired? But Pap, you should have came out with your hat off too, though. You can't just come back and tell us that's AI. You supposed to come back with the hat off and be like, not me. You see what I'm saying? You supposed to come back with the hat off next to the AI picture, and you supposed to be like, Cap. You see what I'm saying? But you didn't do that. You just said it. So that make me believe it may not be Cap. Or maybe it's closer to the real thing than you want us to believe. Because why didn't you take the cap off, Pap? We need Pap without the cap. If Pap not going to come without the cap, then we don't want to hear it because it's all cap. You get it? Either Pap no cap or it's cap. I said what I said. Because y'all getting on here, you feel what I'm saying? Y'all let them people teach y'all about AI, and y'all like me. Soon as something come out, you don't want it to be true. Girl, AI. Girl, please. Girl, that is AI, girl. That is not me. That is AI. And I see y'all get the windmilling with AI. Y'all love. Soon as it's something, oh no, that's AI. No, baby. At this point, we got to prove AI wrong with real pictures. Said what I said. Other than that, y'all can't keep saying this is AI. Because, Pap, we still ain't seen true without the cap. I'm serious. Come back without the cap, then we going to go with the move. Other than that, the hairline stands. And I said it. Yeah, the hairline stands. Now, Claressa had a few things to say. She took to her internet. Let's get into Claressa. She says, these rappers don't get their ass beat enough. That's the problem. Then she went on to say, then 50, I forgot. 50 posted Remy a soundbite of Remy basically saying that Pap was using that girl. And listen, let me say this. I had to go back and say I was sorry to Remy because Remy called it at the beginning. She said Pap was broke. She said he had a gambling problem and that nigga needed a place to stay. Yes, she did. Whoa, yes, she did. She said that part and it's playing out just the way she said it. Now, they say, allegedly, she don't feel like that no more. They say she want her nigga back. And let me just say this to Dagarissa and to the girls like her. When y'all get to messing with these married men, the first place you lose is when you believe you want to be with the nigga. Okay? Married men are not in your life for a reason, bitch. They are there for a season. Put your jacket on for the fall, grab your coat for the winter, and put your bikini on for the summer, bitch. That means move accordingly. Y'all hoes' problem is y'all go get these people's husbands and y'all want to be with them. That's where you take the lick every time, baby. You supposed to chew on that nigga if you're going to chew. You supposed to chew on the nigga and keep it moving. Y'all want to chew and then fall in love and then here you go. You're taking the L. And Claressa decided to be in love with that nigga. And guess what? The L is inevitable. It's coming. Whether she wanted to or not, she will not ride off in the sunset because the universe says you can't ride off into the sunset with that lady husband. I didn't say it. The universe said it. Now, and I know y'all gonna say, but then my friend took somebody's husband 16 years ago and that bitch been 16 years a slave. I know what I'm talking about now. The universe not gonna let Claressa ride off in the sunset with that lady husband. The L is inevitable. But it's gonna be L given out to everybody. To Remy, to Pap, and to Claressa, and also Easy the Black Captain. But I think his life is a walking L. Let's get into a little bit of the clip that 50 posted, which was a soundbite of Remy saying that Pap is a user. Okay?
The least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever.
Hey, brought y'all home some dinner from work.
So and this is part of the AI that he was using. I don't want to get copywritten by the Dave Chappelle show, but he basically got Papoose face on Dave Chappelle. It's the skit where he comes home from working at McDonald's and the girl was like, yo, broke ass need to be making some more money. Y'all go on his on his Instagram and you'll be able to see it. But Claressa was not feeling this because it is a jab at Claressa as well, because if you call him a pimp, then basically you calling me a hoe, you know, and I don't mean like in the sense of selling coochie, but just mean like I'm a dummy, like I'm stupid, I'm getting played. So Claressa responded. She had a lot to say. Let's get into what she had to say. I told y'all this one. She says, MFers ain't never been the best in their field, no matter what era of their career. So 50 can shut the F up for real. I showed y'all the one where she said niggas, rappers don't get their ass beat enough. So now she's saying that he's never been the best in his field or his era. So 50 can shut up for real. Then she goes on to say, I wake up New Year's Day and 50 Cent got a post with my face and Papoose face on it. And I've never done or said nothing bad about him. So I'm confused, like, what the heck? And let me just say this too. She has a right to feel like that because 50 has a bunch of fangirls and boys who like to just go around the internet and bully people. 50 has conjured up a fan base of bullies. Let's be real. It's a fan base of people who like to hide behind the internet and just go on there and bully other people. They do it for sport. They send him stuff and they want him to go drag people. That's all they do. It's a cesspool of Debbie Downer energy. It's a cult. Yeah, it's definitely a cult. Without a doubt. It's dark over there. It's very dark. Whenever I go to 50 page to read the stuff, I get in the comments. I'm in the comments maybe 5 seconds. I'm about it. It's dark. The energy is dark over there. It is. Okay? So she has every right to say, I woke up on New Year's and now you talking about me. Because it's one thing if it's just him. He got a whole cult coming behind him. You know what I'm saying? And I don't, somebody say that's her man fault. 50 started with them. Papoose didn't say nothing to 50. 50 started this. Papoose, I'm going to say it again. Papoose didn't say nothing to 50. 50 started this. 50 was bored and randomly posted that blaxploitation video implying that she was the hoe and Papoose was the pimp. 50 started this. So it ain't even Pap's fault. 50 did this. So then she goes on to say, so everyone knows how I get on this internet. I'll troll a mother effer too, but Pap said let him handle it. So I'm staying focused on my training because I make millions to fight. So Pap did at least step up as a man and was like, let me handle it. She just recently said that mother effers ain't get their ass whipped enough. That just happened recently because 50 right now is winning the battle. I guess she said I need to step in and say something. So then she goes on to say, but I still had questions. Why this nut ass MF 50 come bothering me? And the answer is the algorithm. It's sad. She's not lying. It's sad to say that I've been viral for 40 days and 40 nights by just being me. And people have started making fake AI videos, pictures, and narratives. She's not lying, y'all. She is in the algorithm. Good, bad, or indifferent. She's in the algorithm. 50 still has a documentary he wants y'all to watch. So guess what? This is advertisement. What does he do? Who's popping? Oh, Claressa, let me get her. But now she becomes a casualty of war. You get it? She's in the algorithm. She is. You know? She's right. He started, and 50 started this. Then she says, ESPN magazine naked body issue, 2016 viral somehow. Okay, then I go shopping for myself at Louis Vuitton and spend $30K. Now I posted my receipt just to show how much I spent. Was going to do a full unbox of things I bought. Now he's regurgitating lies. I literally have my receipts posted. There's no Louis Vuitton luggage or duffel bag on there. So that's a lie. That sounds good because y'all MFers are obsessed with my life, obsessed with me and Pap. It's weird. She's not lying there. Then she goes on to say, I'll end on this note. 50 need therapy. He go around mad at the world or anybody's success because he got his heart broke. Oops. It happens. Get the fuck over it. But I told y'all this was behind the bitch. But I was wrong when I said it. Everybody in the industry saying it. But when I said it, who was I? Everybody clap back to 50 be the bitch. I told y'all that's what the document. Okay. She got him. She hit him low at the end. He'll never come on the internet and tell y'all, but she hit him low at the end. He'll never get on here and show it to you, but she hit him low at the end. Okay? Then she goes on to say, okay, and this is what he posted, obviously, but I want y'all to see that because we just saw it already.
The least income making person that I've ever been with. Ever.
Listen. Like Claressa Shields or not, the facts are these. He started with her. He started with them. Claressa is annoying as hell, but it keeps Claressa in the algorithm. Your hate towards Claressa makes a lot of money for her. It keeps her relevant for fights. It keeps her relevant for deals and brands and all types of stuff. She probably understands the game now and don't mind y'all hating on her. But I think when you get somebody like 50 Cent who's coming in with a whole fan base, a cult-like fan base, who they hone in on somebody and they don't let off, that's a problem. That's problematic, y'all. Rather you think she's annoying or not, it's just, it's problematic. But again, I thought y'all said protect Black women. I'm going to ask y'all again. Because I need all the Black women to the front of the congregation. Because if this was Cassie and Diddy, y'all would be windmilling with y'all head down. I thought y'all said protect Black women. This is a man versus a woman. I thought y'all said protect Black women.
It's survival. Survival. I get somebody lied. Smells like somebody lied.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
Now, I'm not bringing up the protect Black women thing because I even care about the whole notion of protecting Black women. Not because Black women shouldn't be protected, but because I know the notion is false. There's no collective of nobody, nowhere that wants to protect Black women. Not even Black women. However, we like to get on the internet and pretend. So let's get on the internet and pretend. At the end of the day, 50 has a cult-like fan base. He came after Claressa, and I don't even mind y'all getting on her, but I think it should be evenly spared around. It should be Claressa y'all dragging. Y'all should be dragging Papoose. Y'all should be dragging Easy the Black Captain. You should also be dragging Remy Ma. But you refuse to do so. Because there's a reason why you honing in specifically on Claressa. And I already said it. Let's move on. Let's move on, because Easy the Black Captain get to walk around like nothing happened. And don't say he don't be on the internet. He stay in a battle rap. Y'all don't even go over there to mess with him. Remy stay posting. I don't see no hate under her comments. Remy stay posting. I don't see no hate under her comments. But also, too, women have a problem with wanting to check the other woman and not check the man. And that's why the cycle continues. You know what I'm saying? The niggas get to walk away scot-free and the two women go at each other. And that's what's happening in the internet. The women are attacking Claressa and Papoose get to ride off into the sunset scot-free. Because it's in our nature. But we like, protect Black women. Bullshit. Let's move on. Let's move on. Yeah, I said it. Bullshit. Because it is. It's bullshit. Let's get into T.S. Madison and Nicki Minaj. We all know what was been going on with Nicki Minaj and T.S. Madison. I'm sorry, not T.S. Madison. Nicki Minaj decided to go to the right-wing Turning Point USA, which is the company started by the late Charlie Kirk, who got popped in the neck in the midst of speaking about Black American ancestors and Black Americans, period. In that speech, Nicki Minaj said some things, and one of the things she said was when they asked her about transgendered kids, Nicki Minaj said that little boys should be boys, and she said that little girls should be girls. Now, there was a lot of problematic things that Nicki Minaj said, but I knew that because she had a huge LGBTQIA plus fan base, I knew in particular that statement was going to not ring well with her fan base because a large number of them fall under the LGBTQIA plus community. Now, can I add this in? The community is being tricked. LGBT community, y'all being tricked. Y'all letting the very smallest minute of y'all run the whole community, and I think that is crazy. There's no way that the T's should be having the big say, and I'm not trying to cause no division. This is just me from the outside looking in. I don't have no dog in the fight, but I'm just saying there's no possible way that the T's should be driving the boat. They the least amount. They have the least influence. Well, now they have the most influence, but they the least amount. They have the least say in anything. I don't understand how they got the keys to the boat. I'm just from the outside looking in, but I think that it's odd that the newest I ain't gonna say the newest, but the smallest of the bunch gets the keys to drive the boat. It's weird to me. I would have thought it would have been the L's at the very least, or at the next step, the G's. You feel what I'm saying? The B's, y'all just kind of go wherever y'all go. And the Q's, we just met y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I knew for a fact if anybody was gonna drive the boat, it had to be the L's or the B's. I didn't know how the T's come in and just jump in front of everybody. It's almost like the T's just knocked y'all out the front seat and said, I got it. You see what I'm saying? I thought it was going to be the L's or the G's, not the B's, the L's or the G's, the lesbians or the gays. I just thought that. I don't know. But I ain't trying to be messy. Let's move on. Anyways, so when Nicki Minaj made that statement, that was hugely problematic because a large number of her fan base falls under that LGBTQIA plus movement. And because they're being played by the small, minute T's, they go with whatever the T's say. Yeah, I'm going to be messy. Because the G's and the B's and the L's and the Q's and all of them falling under the T's doctrine, they don't realize they being played, right? So now they windmill, not all of them, but a lot of them get the windmilling for the T's, not realizing the T's is really playing in your top. The T's is a psyop, girl. Not all the T's. Don't get on here and say voodoo. I'm a T. I'm not a psyop. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the collective of the T's and what it stands for. It's a psyop. And the representation or the representative for that psyop is this Sissy Madison, T.S. Madison. Allegedly, in my Wendy Williams voice. Okay? And let me tell you why I believe this. Every time there's anything dealing with any sort of trans, gay, straight, LBT, whatever, T.S. always is the first one to be notified and the first one to open his mouth. And I never understood. I was like, who appointed T.S. to be in charge of the girls? Like, who? I remember somebody was talking about lesbians and T.S. came out and said something. Even I had to come out and say, now hold up. Hold your nuts, nigga. Pick up your balls, nigga. Now you done went too far. Because if one part of the group don't need nobody to speak for them, it's the L's. Okay, I had to get out and say something about that part. But for some odd reason, he decided to make himself the representation of the whole crew. And it was done strategically, y'all. I'm telling y'all, this was done on purpose by the people who put T.S. Madison where T.S. Madison is. It is my belief that T.S. Madison is a paid operative to get inside of the community, to further keep divided the black straight people from the black LGBTQIA plus community. And I also believe T.S.'s agenda is to turn black gay kids into trans. That's what I believe. I don't know it to be a fact, but that's what I believe. I watch T.S.'s moves. I watch what T.S. says, and everything leads me right back to that. Yes, T.S. is the T.S.L. Sharpton. If L Sharpton, if the LGBTQ needed an L Sharpton, that's T.S. Madison. Same shit, different toilet, flush it. You get it? You notice, if you haven't noticed before today, anytime anything with LGBTQIA plus with kids come up, the first person jump out the window, this Sissy Madison. Okay? Now, Nicki made those comments weeks ago. We have been looking high and low for the representative to say something. TS hadn't said anything. So we over here saying, well, girl, what's tea? Because we know Nicki Minaj loves Nicki Minaj, well, T.S. Madison loves Nicki Minaj. But this is my opinion from watching T.S. T.S. Madison is a fame whore. T.S. Madison, you know, one of the people that'll do whatever to get on. You know what I'm saying? So, but she's a huge fan of Nicki Minaj, and I was just waiting. I couldn't understand. I wanted to see what T.S. was going to say, and I haven't heard this. We're going to listen to it together. But T.S. has finally come out and responded, and I know a lot of people were biting their nails. Now, mind you, T.S. Madison is trans, but she does this show with, what's the boy name? And he's gay. Now, this is the odd thing, because a lot of gay men agree. A lot of the G's and the L's agree with Nicki Minaj. A lot of people, I'm going to say I agree with them on this point. No child should be touched, period. I don't give a damn if it's for hormones. Children should be children. This is just my belief. If you want to identify or have your whatever, I don't care. I just don't believe that children should be targeted when it comes to anything sexual, period. Period, period, period. I don't give a damn if it's for straight stuff. I don't think children should be targeted. But we live in a world where if you say that, then they're going to put a phobic word on you, and then they're going to just try to dispel you. But I'm not going to let you do that to me. I think that it's sick and it's demonic for you to be thinking of any child in any sexual manner. Period. Point blank. Okay? So, we're going to get together and get into what TS had to say in response. Like I said, I didn't hear it. We're hearing it together. Let's get into it, y'all. Like the video.
This is in tribute to the late Nicki.
Correct.
This is in tribute to the late Nicki.
Correct.
This is in tribute to the late Nicki.
Correct.
We got to talk about how she sat there and she said, boys, let boys be boys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boom, got it. There were people that were saying, well, that she didn't say anything about that, but let's evaluate this, right? From the perspective of who you're sitting with. Saying that you're sitting with people whose entire existence is going at, we trans people were made public enemy number one the day that man stood up to a microphone.
Mm-hmm.
The day he stood in front of a microphone, they singled out a group of people. This is the same playbook that Hitler did.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same play.
Let me tell y'all something. TS has somebody writes this shit for her. TS ain't coming up with this shit. I believe allegedly. Cause bitch, what the fuck is you talking about Hitler and TS is being, girl, what? I've been here for 42 years. I missed the memo when the T's were the targets all over the world. I missed it. I'm not saying that the T's didn't go through nothing, but I missed the part where there were a whole big large attack on the T's and the T's were under attack trying to get it. I missed it. But let TS get on here, and this is to evoke you, to make you feel a way so that you automatically take the side of TS. So you're going to bring up Hitler? Are you serious? You compare it. Okay, let me let TS finish.
A book that Hitler did.
Right.
They singled out a group of people that they can make the enemy. They singled out a group of people that they can make the motherfucker, that they can shifted the blame on. They did it with the trans,
And they did it with immigrants.
and the immigrants. They were able to form. We got to talk about how she said.
And now a good majority of the white people and black people and Hispanic people who voted for him are regretting it.
They were able to form a militia. There are people that are American citizens that are being deported. And
what does that have to do with the trans? Do you guys see how TS is using a lot of fluff to make a point that isn't there. What does any of that have to do with the trans? Now y'all talking about immigrants. Now, what does any of that have to do with the trans people? It doesn't have anything to do with it. It is a way to get you emotionally charged because you already have an emotional negative connection to Hitler and to all of these things. So repeating these things while speaking about trans is going to emotionally evoke you to automatically take the side of what he's saying. When the fact of the matter is he talking loud and ain't saying nothing. Because nigga, what does any of this have to do with the trans? None of it. None of this have nothing to do with the trans people. None of it. So I don't quite understand. But that's what the internet does to you. And I don't believe TS is coming up with this whole bait and switch thing himself. He ain't that intelligent. It's somebody, I believe, behind TS saying, here, go say this. Here, go say that. Let me tell you something, Black America. Y'all been getting in a lot of stuff that don't have nothing to do with us. TS is trying to involve Black Americans in a whole bunch of stuff that have nothing to do with us. The rights that TS Madison is fighting for are going to be rights that only the clear TS people will have. Black TS people will not get none of those rights. They're using Black Americans' energy so that you can help fight for a cause that you will not see no way of. This is a psyop. This is a damn psyop. This is a damn psyop. And I need you to know it. Because nigga, Hitler ain't got shit to do with nothing of what we talking about.
My thing is, when we're having these conversations,
mind you, this is supposed to be her responding to Nicki
about this, and we're watching it from the place. Don't ask me how I feel about it. I'm in horror. I'm horrified.
All right.
I'm horrified watching this. I'm horrified watching this, and then them using the trope of Christianity to mask and all the things. So yes, I was horrified by it. No, I didn't jump up immediately and be like, oh, fuck her and this and the other. I just was like, well, wait a minute, let me try to analyze what's going on. And then all the girls that were really trying to attack me, I was like, because they were saying, well, she got a plan. Well, what is the plan?
Well, what's the plan?
So are you denouncing Nicki or no?
What's the plan? Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
You sure?
Well, I was trying to get it out quick so that because I'm going to
go ahead.
Because I needed me to speak about it because they were really feeling like that I wasn't going to say anything.
And because they were in my inbox, I'm like, well, I know Madison ain't gonna talk about it, but
no, I'm talking about
all right.
Because it's just like I watched this in horror. Mm-hmm. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's going on, Keisha? What's the tea? So it's just like, well, what's the plan? If the plan is a personal plan for your life, here's where I'm at in my personal place. If it's a personal plan for her, where I'm at a personal place, if you don't fuck with me, fuck you. If you don't fuck with me, fuck you. Because if you're personally doing things that are personal.
Mind you, Nicki was talking, they asked her about trans kids. And Nicki said, little boys, she's speaking about kids. She's not talking about grown ass T.S. Madison. When they asked Nicki that question, they asked about trans kids. Nicki's response was little boys should be little boys and little girls should be little girls. Why grown ass TSs are mad about that, I will not understand. I will not understand. Nobody is attacking grown ass T.S. Madison. Hell, nobody is even attacking T.S. kids. All Nicki said, and again, I don't have a dog in the fight. Nicki said little boys should be little boys and little girls should be little girls. T.S. done went to talking about Hitler, God, Jesus, white Jesus Christ on the bike, and everybody else, all to get to say F Nicki because Nicki is attacking you. How does that attack you? And don't say, but voodoo, it does attack them. It's an indirect attack because if you say that about kids, that's going to cause hate crime against TSs. That's a damn lie. It's a lie. Stop repeating that shit you hearing on the internet. TS is an op, man. TS is a paid fucking op.
For you, I gotta put me first, Lucius.
What's the plan? Is it my turn?
Put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
Right.
Put me first, Lucius.
Girl, y'all believe this? Girl. I'm thinking TS was gonna get on here and read Nicki Minaj, but it's obviously that's not what it's going to be. She was very safe. TS Madison was very safe in his response by basically saying that F you and then deflecting into a whole bunch of stuff. TS gonna be right back up under Nicki Minaj's ass if he feels like it's gonna get him somewhere, because TS Madison is a fame whore. Talked a whole bunch of loud, all of that, and ain't said a whole bunch of nothing. All of that for nothing. I know the girls, y'all was waiting for TS to come out and be your Captain Save-A-Ho and say, F Nicki, we hate her. She's canceled. We're no longer dealing with her. We're getting rid of all of her music. But TS is not going to do that because TS is not on your side. TS is on the side of the people that pays TS. Let's move on. Allegedly, but it's gonna come out. Everything gonna come out in the wash. And I want you to know, I was the first person came on YouTube and told y'all TS was a paid op. Allegedly, nobody ain't told. I was the first. I'm the only one on the internet saying that. Watch when it come out. Watch. You know where I'ma be. You already know how I'ma go. Let me go get my little girl. Soon as y'all come back over here and say, but voodoo, look, this gonna be me.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
Y'all already know what it is. I keep on speed dial. You feel me? I keep on speed dial just in case. Just every now and again. Sometimes I gotta get her uphill. You know what I'm saying? Every now and again, I gotta get her uphill. Girl, what did you say? Now let's move on. We're gonna get into Past the Holy Whore, the final frontier. Girl, let's get into Past the Holy Whore. So Jamal Bryant slinging his big D all over the congregation. Shout out to Keisha. I follow her on why you spell that nigga name? Jamal Bryant. So I follow this girl named Keisha on YouTube, and she be getting the tea. So she had did a video on Jamal Bryant and the backlash that he had been receiving behind his old lady in her dress. Okay. Now let me see if here go the dress. Let's go over here. Let's start here first. Let me pull y'all up so y'all can see, because we got a Joes. We got the Joes, okay? We got the Joes, my love. Okay. So, okay, this is what happened. Pastor Holy Whore decided to marry his whore, allegedly. This is hold on, let me take that volume off, girl. This is what the people said. The people said that Pastor Holy, so this is what's going on. This is Pastor Holy Whore's wife. His name is Jamal Bryant. Her name is, I don't know, Dr. somebody. Karen Shields, bitch. Karen White, girl. I don't know what the lady name is. All I know is she's a Gizzard knockoff. That's all I know. She's a tax write-off for Gizzard. Okay? Now, rumor has it that Jamal Bryant was seeing this woman here, Dr. Karen Whore. They said that he was seeing her while he was sleeping with a whole bunch of other women. Now, I was over there on Keisha, and I forgot Tasha K. Tasha K had already put it out in the streets that she had ran across Pastor Jamal Bryant down at an ice cream parlor. And she said she saw him and he saw her, and he hurried up and ran out. But allegedly, they said he was down there to meet the girl, and this was the girl. She was apparently one of his hoes. I didn't say it. This is what the people is saying. They say he went and hired that girl down to the church, gave her a job at the church, made her a pastor lady, and then right after that, Pastor Holy Whore stuck his holy bird in her, and then she became the first lady. They say she getting paid hand over fist, allegedly. I don't be at the church. I'm just telling y'all what they said. They say that hoe over there getting paid hand over fist. She getting bird and money. And the congregation is giving it up willingly. This is what they say. But here, neither here nor there. We fast forward, there's an event. I want to be clear and say that the event was not at church, allegedly. They said the event wasn't at their church. However, it was an event where Pastor Holy Whore was allegedly raising money for a fundraiser. One of those fundraisers happened to be the United Negro College Fund, which I'm going to look into because I'm glad he brought it up, because he's talking about he raised all this money for the UNCF, but I don't know black people who get scholarships from them no more. I feel like they're giving it out to the foreigners at any point anyways, because, you know, they're taking all our resources in every other way. But that's a Voodoo Doll TV Reacts jokes. We'll joke that on Monday. Listen, so Jamal Bryant marries this girl, gets her into the congregation, and now she's his wife. So now she's a pastor and also his wife. She is the first lady. Okay, let's start with that. She is now the first lady. We talked about this before on the other channel, but I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of it. Being the first lady of the church means that they are heads of a system. A system has rules and protocols put in place. Certain rules and protocols apply to certain people in said system. Typically, the people at the very top of the system, they reap a lot of benefits. They get a lot of people to follow them, and they get a lot of money, and they get a lot of attention. But part of that they have to pay back is you kind of can't have the life that others have had. What do I mean by that? So it's like somebody getting famous. When somebody becomes famous, they get a lot of money, they get a lot of fame, and they get a lot of attention. Now, what they have to sacrifice for that is now they can't go to the grocery stores, just random at Walmart no more. Because if you walk in Walmart, it's going to cause a hysteria. People are going to be like, oh my God, oh my God. So now you have to take different precautions. That's a system. It's the same thing with this system. Inside of the quote unquote church, inside of the quote unquote church, the system dictates that the people at the very top, the pastor and his first lady, have to hold a level of decorum that is set at a higher standard than everybody in the church. Hear me out. The system dictates this. I don't make the rules. The system dictates this. Why is this? Because if the people are looking at you at the top, you have to be a representation of what you want the church to be. So you have to be the good, okay? Now, in this system, it seems to be that the church is going a different way with the system. They don't want to do things traditionally, and I'm here for it. I want to start by saying that this dress is beautiful. I would wear the dress. I think that it is gorgeous. I believe, my personal opinion, it is inappropriate for a first lady of a huge organization and or a huge church. Not because the dress is ugly, not because the dress itself is inappropriate. It is only inappropriate for a woman who holds a title of first lady. Do y'all remember when Obama wore that tan suit when he first got in office and all of America went to losing their mind? I remember a lot of black people was like, well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's just a tan suit. Black people were ignorant to the process of the system. The system dictated that a president did not wear crazy colors. The system dictated that. We didn't make that up. The system made that up. So even though we looked at it as racist, and it was racist, we didn't realize that Barack Obama was in direct violation of the system. Yes, it modernized it, but at the end of the day, he was in direct violation of the system because as a president, there's certain decorum that you're supposed to maintain. It's the same thing in the church, but you guys have made it cool to disrespect the church. That's why they have clubs at the church. That's why y'all do swag surfing at the church. Y'all just let the church run them up. So now Pastor Holy Whore comes along, and y'all should have knew this was coming. Did he not come to y'all and tell y'all he wanted to sell weed out the backyard and get your children to grow the weed? Pastor Holy Whore came to the congregation about a couple of years ago and told them that he's getting into cannabis, marijuana. He told the people in the congregation, hey, y'all, I'm going to start selling weed out the backyard, and I'm going to get 13, 14, 15-year-old kids to learn how to grow the weed. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the church said, amen. Then he came back recently and told the church people, y'all got to get comfortable with people smelling like weed. He told them at the church, y'all think y'all high and mighty because people smoke weed, but you can learn a lot from people who smoke weed. So in my mind, I said, oh, he grooming them. He grooming the congregation. He already got them okay with their churn selling and cultivating weed in the backyard. Now he getting them comfortable with the people coming in the congregation smelling like weed because he want them to know that we selling weed out the bike. Now fast forward. It seems to me like Pastor Holy Whore is making his congregation good and comfortable for what he likes. He want it right for the picking. Oh, yeah, I like to smoke me a little weed. I shouldn't have to go all the way across town to get it. I can just pick it out the backyard, drop it off at the church and get the churn to grow it. I shouldn't have to have my friends who sell me the weed feel uncomfortable when they come to church. Hold on, give me the mic. Yeah, I want to tell y'all can't be judging people who smoke weed because the average ain't got on the mic and did that. Another vice and I don't know if weed is his vice. I'm just estimating and guesstimating. But I know what is his vice. Women. Women is Pastor Holy Whore's vice. That's his Achilles heel. That's the thing he can't live without. Hoes. Pastor Holy Whore, according to Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac, was passing his big D all over the congregation. And I believe it because I live down the street from Atlanta. I know how these hoes get down. Okay? So another thing that he's very comfortable with and that he desires a lot is his hoes. That's why the hoes stay up front at the congregation. But it ain't just him. That's been since the beginning of time. He just kind of revolutionized the hoes being at the church and made the hoes comfortable. You get it? So it makes sense that he would marry the alleged side chick or alleged hoe, which would be this lady. I don't know if it's true. This is just what they say. They say she was one of many he was dealing with. When Tasha K called him at the ice cream parlor, he was over there with her then. They say she was one of many. He married her, and now he wants his hoe to be comfortable. The same way he wants his weed and his weed man to be comfortable, he wants his hoe to be comfortable. So how does he make his hoe comfortable? Here, babe, put this on. Put that on. We're going to go out to the fundraiser. We're going to take buku pictures and buku videos, and then we're going to go viral. Now, I know we're going to get backlash, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about the backlash, because one thing about the people in the church, I got them. We don't worry about the worldly people. The ones at the church, I got them. And when he say that, he mean wrapped around his finger. See, the most loyal fan base you will ever have are black church women. Why you think toilet paper went got them? Hello? So he's telling the wife, I got them, but we need to make women comfortable with being themselves and being in their skin. So he had his wife come here with this whole dress on, and granted, it ain't see-through. It is nude presenting. But the point of the dress, hello, my name is Voodoo. I used to sell couture gowns and wedding gowns, okay? So you're kind of talking to somebody who knows what we're talking about. The purpose of the dress being nude presenting is to give the illusion that the bitch is naked. Get me up here. See, because Pastor Holy Whore want to use semantics to kind of make it seem like he ain't did nothing wrong. See, the purpose of the nude presenting dress is to give the illusion that I am naked. So when I put this on, you're going to have to do a double take because you're going to think, holy shit, I see skin. That's the purpose of a nude presenting dress. And in no way, shape, form, or fashion is that ever appropriate for a first lady. Did you hear me? Because you guys are conflating a woman being young, being beautiful, and wanting to express herself. You're mixing that up with what's right and what's wrong according to the system. The fact of the matter is, nobody should look at the first lady and have the illusion of seeing her nude body. Why? Because she is the first lady. We are supposed to revere her at a higher standard. She's supposed to be up here, you know, like the prior kings and queens that came before her. We're never supposed to look at her and imagine what her body looks like. That level of respect that she's supposed to have in the church should not allow us to even have that thought in our minds. And Pastor Holy Whore knows this. He knows this more than you know this, but he needs comfortability in his home, because guess what? The church is his home. He's tired of having to come to church and have his wife dressed up with turtlenecks and all of that in front of y'all. He wants his wife to be able to come up in there and show that BBL in front of church and be comfortable with it. So how does he do it? Let's go viral, babe. Put the dress on. Let's go viral. And so it was. Now he thought that the church would be heavy enough to give him enough support to where he wouldn't have to go as hard. But what happened was he ain't got enough people in the church. See, our voice outside the church is louder than the voice inside of the church. Not only that, our influence outside of the church is much stronger than those inside of the church. Now, see, back before we had the internet, this would have been case closed. Girl, the church gonna do what the church gonna do. But the influence outside of the church is so hard and heavy that Pastor Jamal Bryant can't afford for this to go left. But now, before we get into his response, I want to show y'all what the nigga said. Oh, yeah. Oh, he was feeling himself. He called the people fat. He basically said that the other pastors are out of shape. They fat. He said, y'all want his wife to come to the congregation looking like an old woman and an old maid, and he not gonna do that. He basically said that the way I took it is, y'all hoes don't have a leg to stand on and talk about my wife. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. She bad, she got money, and y'all niggas is broke. That's what I got from it. I don't know. Let's get into it.
I needed to deal with it head on.
Mind you, he's addressing this from the pulpit, which is also supposed to be sacred. But again, this system that they got at this church, what is it, Newburgh, whatever church this is, apparently they don't like system. They do what they want.
Because the other day, the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund.
Objection. The United Negro College Fund ain't got shit to do with your wife on here looking like she was nude. What does $4 million raised for the UNCF have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the price of tea in China? You're deflecting, bruh. You're deflecting. And when people deflect, it's because they don't want to face the harsh truth of whatever it is they really need to face. He's deflecting, but let's let him finish deflecting.
They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded.
You know what this remind me of? Put a 3 in the chat. You ever caught your nigga cheating? And when you know you got that nigga and he know you got him, instead of that nigga just being like, all right, yeah, you got me, the nigga be like, but you don't be wanting to have sex sometimes. And remember that time you had picked up 20 pounds? And then remember, I be asking you, I be wanting to tell you, and that's what that sound like. Nigga, I don't give a damn about none of that. You cheated. That's what it's literally, and you know what? My baby father used to do that. And this is back when I was a violent girl. I used to get the windmilling because my nerves used to get bad because I know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? This is a true story. Back then, Whenever he would do that, I would literally just start fighting him because I know what you're trying to do, nigga. You trying to deflect. You know what the hell we over here talking about. That's what Pastor Jamal doing. Talking about all of this and that. Man, go ahead.
People got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now you got to help some people because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed.
I ain't gonna let you do it. Not with the Gizzard knockoff in the background. I'm not gonna let you do it. Who gives a damn if it wasn't see-through? It was nude presenting. You wanted us to look at your wife and think that we see her naked body. But see, he gonna deflect again and say, but y'all ain't never been nowhere. Y'all ain't never bought nothing. He basically calling y'all some broke ass niggas. Can I also say I despise people who go to mega churches? I don't like them neither. Let's move on.
Enough. Furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me.
Now let me address this point. This is what's happening here, and this is how you're being tricked. Black America, you are being tricked. This is what's happening. Two things are happening right now. He is getting you to leave the idea that you're right. And the fact of the matter is you are right. If you looked at that dress and saw that and felt in any way, shape, or form that was inappropriate, that was the right thing to think. But Mr. Deflection King over here, he has a way of turning things to other way to get you to look somewhere else so you won't think about what you're really thinking about. Him bringing up the fact that I bought the dress, right? And it's my wife, and I want to be able to look at her. Now that evokes an emotion inside of women. Why? Because every woman wants a man who defends them like this. Every woman wants a man who can get on anybody's stage, platform, or anything and take up for them unapologetically and have all these other women fawning at him. Every woman in the world wants that. And Dr. Jamal Bryant knows that. So what does he do? Come on here, and then now he's deflecting your attention away again by saying, that's my wife. I bought it. And yes, in a normal situation, he would be well within his right to say so. But you and your wife have chosen. Nobody ain't make y'all do this. Y'all chose to take the status of pastor and first lady. That comes with a certain set of rules, sir. And just because you married, that doesn't let you override said rules. It don't go like that. Y'all thinking about you in a regular sense. Yes, regular you and regular husband of yours, you can go out there and dress like that, and your husband will have every right to come on the internet and tell y'all to keep my wife's name out your mouth. It would make all the sense in the world. But in this situation, him and his wife signed up to do something differently. They cannot, their life is no longer theirs. They are leaders of a congregation. Leaders of a people. You don't have your life no more. You just don't. In 2025, y'all want to find ways to have your cake and eat it too. And the fact of the matter is that sometimes is impossible. Because what's going to happen is when you start crossing them lines, you're going to do something that's really going to screw you over. Because guess what? Jamal Bryant is making himself a comfortable home at his church. I already told y'all he got the weed in there. Now he inviting the whole spirit. And he's going to get you to allow him to do it by evoking your emotions. This is why it is imperative for you to heal, because people find your unhealed trauma and use that to their benefits. The only reason most women are clapping for this man is because they wish they had him, or at least one like him. But you know in your heart of hearts, what they did was wrong. If she wanted to go wear that type of shit, fine. Don't be a first lady. It's simple. Ain't nobody saying she can't wear it. We saying at this point in time, you can't wear it because you took on this role. It's no different from you can't wear your club clothes to work, can you? Can you wear your club clothes to your job? Pull up to your job Monday morning in your outfit like you going to the club and see what happens. See what the people do you at your job. So it's the same situation. He has a job. His job now entails that he can't dress like he used to dress. And she can't either. You can't sit up here and say that it's cool for them to do it because she should be able to. Yes, she should. Outside the pulpit. You get it? She should be able to express herself however she wants. Not as the first lady, though. But Pastor Jamal Bryant knows he has a congregation full of unhealed women who pray day in and day out for a man to love them. So what does he do? Instead of addressing the fact that my wife probably could have worn a better gown or probably could have worn something that wouldn't look nude presenting, now he evokes your emotion to get him on his side and to keep you eating out the palm of his hands. But most people won't see that. I just see it, you know?
Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobbie, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booger in and find you somebody that Negroes can talk about. How did you bag that? Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife.
And this is the worst part. Nobody talked about the bitch. Ain't nobody talking about that slut. Ain't nobody said nothing about this hoe. Nobody ain't said nothing about her. Only thing we said was the dress was inappropriate. That's all we said. And I think that should be okay to say. He's trying to personalize it as if, oh, people are attacking his wife. Ain't nobody attacking your wife. It was inappropriate. Period. Point the fuck blank. That's just it. But again, these people know how to switch the narrative and evoke your emotions so you won't even realize why you was mad in the first place.
Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. The same way you respect me, you gonna have to respect her. And if you don't respect her, find you somewhere else to go.
And that was the part for me. Translation, if you gonna respect me, you gonna respect her. Translation, if you don't like my wife dress, bitch, get out my church. If you feel some type of way about how my wife dress, and how she gonna be dressing, the door is right there. That's what I got. Cause it's more to come. Oh, you got to know it's more to come. Oh yes, it's more to come. So my translation to that is, if you got a problem with that, get your big ass up, get your big black fat po ass up, and get out. That's how I took it. Now, I put 20 on 10, but if I was sitting in the audience and I felt the way about the dress, even if I didn't really, really feel the way, even if I slightly felt the way about the dress, that's how I would take it. Oh, he telling me get my black bald head fat po ass up. Because this about to be the new norm. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, it is.
Y'all ain't saying nothing to me, but you ain't gonna be in my face and dishonor my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing. I need some people that will fight for yours, that will stand for yours, that will demand respect for yours.
See, he showed you what he just told you what he did. He told you why he did everything he did. He's showing you that he's standing up for his so that it can evoke an emotion in you so that you can say, oh my God, this is so beautiful. Oh my God. And now you've completely abandoned the point that the fact that this shit was inappropriate from the beginning. You're being played, y'all. You're being played. You're being played. Y'all completely forgot during this sermon that the bitch still wore something inappropriate. He done flipped that narrative to United Negro College Fund. Then he started talking about he bought the dress. This nigga started talking about the time he went to school in 3rd grade. Nigga, what? We done forgot that we said the dress was inappropriate. Now he's over there talking about I'm helping up for my wife and I love my wife and my church and the weed and nigga, what? Yeah, this is different. I'm so glad I don't go to church. I've never liked church from a little bitty girl, though. The only thing I've ever liked about church was the choir. I swear to God, I've never liked church from a little. I used to love going to church because I was in the choir. But other than the choir, I've never seen a like in the church. However, Pastor Holy Horse said what he said. Let me just say this, y'all. Do not be fooled. He is inviting a whole spirit. He is making his place a comfortable place. He's going to have y'all in there smoking weed, and he's going to have all the hoes. You think the hoes at church now. Bad enough, the Holy Spirit is already in church. They say a hoe's final form is a church-going woman. That's what they say. Now, the Holy Spirit already resides at the church house. Oh, it's really about to reside now because like I told y'all yesterday, fish rot from the head down. What does that mean? If the head is nasty or if the head is rotten, then the body will rot. So if the head or the first lady is dressed like this, let me get on here. If the first lady can wear this, then what do you think the people in the congregation are going to wear? Real talk. And a lot of y'all gonna say, but Voodoo, this wasn't at church. It does not matter. Her first lady title does not come off at the door. It follows her inside and outside of the church. It doesn't matter if she's in Kroger. She's the first lady from the moment she wake up to the moment she go to bed at night. He inviting the whole spirit in, y'all, so he can have all his hoes comfortable and they could be comfortable dressing how they want to dress. And if she was a concubine like I heard she was, I'm pretty sure she don't mind him having more hoes. They can come to church. He inviting that whole spirit in the church. I'm telling you. Y'all gonna be in there smoking weed and having orgies. Watch. They gonna turn that bitch into a freak off. Mark my words. They gonna turn it into a freak off. Okay, well, since then, I guess the backlash has gotten a bit too much for Pastor Holy Whore. So he decided, I think he underestimated. I want to say he underestimated the backlash. I believe that he thought that the church, as long as the church got him, you know how the song say, long as my bitches love me. I think that's how he was, long as my church loved me. He was good. But it turns out our influence outside the church was much stronger than the one inside the church. Now, I don't know if he's being funny. I don't even know if he's trying to just stay viral and relevant. But what I do know is he did post this, and it is his wife in a turtleneck and a jean dress. And he says, y'all win. He says, Saints, y'all win. Come on at Miss Carrie, baby. We are now a church. We now are church approved. Thanks to our new stylist at Manny 35. Let God arise. Happy New Year's, everybody. Let's move forward with the whole armor of God. The kingdom has bigger fish to fry. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the bitch going to be wearing whole clothes. The whole spirit has already been invited in the church. She about to hold that bitch down to the ground. He's being funny right here. He's trying to remain relevant, stay in the algorithm, him and his wife. Now, according to when I was watching Keisha, she was saying that they both algorithm hoes, and it's starting to see that. I'm starting to see that. Because, girl, what do you mean? You think she really about to change her attire? Hell no. The next dress gonna be worse than the last one. What is you saying? The next dress gonna be worse than the last one. But he knows what he's doing. He's just basically staying irrelevant. Now they say, I didn't know he used to be fat. I didn't know Jamal Bryant used to be fat. Because I know he started the sermon off talking about out of shape preachers and how they don't preach against gluttony. Well, they need to be preaching against fornication, sir, and adultery. Because they say you can't keep your penis in your pants, you little Petey bird. Lord have mercy. All I know is, y'all, stay out the church. I ain't gonna tell y'all to stay out the church, but stay out of there. If you want to know where the devil resides, in the church, baby. He there. And he living rent free. Do you hear me? Caramel719, thank you for the super chat, says, hey, boo, happy new year. And I hope that both of your channels go over 100K subscribers this year. Love you down to the ground. Thank you. And I love you too. And you know what? I manifested it last year, but honestly, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. That was my problem. I didn't have enough belief behind my own manifestation. But we popping it off this year. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much, Caramel719. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you know what? Let this be a lesson to y'all. I'm going to use my own self as an example. I manifested that I'm going to have 100K by the end of the year. But I did that in like October. When I said it, but I didn't believe it when I said it. It was almost like right after I said it, and that's why I kept saying it to myself over and over again, because I started doubting myself. And that's why when you do that, your manifestations don't come true. However, this year we on it. Don't worry about it. We on it this year. We going to get well past 100K this year. Gonna do it. The Real China Doll, thank you so much for the super chat, says, happy Sabbath day, Vu and Acorn. I was a Claressa fan until I watched Layla Ali's ScrewTube channel, OK, KO. Layla dropped all the receipts. Oh, I didn't see Layla drop receipts and all of that, but Layla Ali is also, I think she was created. Layla fake to me. I don't know. And you know what? Again, I'm not taking up for Claressa's personality. She might be an idiot and she might be an a-hole. But I'm just saying, I just feel like the way that we, as a black women, as a collective, the way we've been picking on her, whenever we come back and be like, oh, because, you know, protect black women, it just grinds my gears because I know we don't really mean that, you know? Weird Fish, thank you so much. How do you say it? Weird Fishes. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Jay New Orleans, thank you for the super chat. Says, New Year, Boo. New Year, new Boo. I can smell the W-2s fresh off the printer. Division always will be the destruction of most disenfranchised people. Yes, that's a fact. Let me tell y'all something, man. Stop getting emotional over this stuff y'all see on the internet, because first of all, most of it's fake. Pastor Holy Whore gonna have y'all smoking weed and having orgies in the church. 50 Cent gonna find his match one day and he better chill out. Boosie is going to prison and I'm going home. I'm already home. Tipper, thank you for the super chat. Says, yes, Bryant, and Algorithm 304, he went on RHOA. And I forgot he went over there and lied and said he was back with Gizzard. With that being said, let me get up off here. I love y'all down to the ground. I will catch y'all tomorrow, and we're going to joke tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to come back and talk about Q from day 26. So Q did an interview with Art of Dialogue, and he gave great detail about Dawn Richardson and him being drugged with harsh tranquilizers from her and Diddy. We gonna discuss it because I've been told y'all Dawn wasn't to be trusted. I love y'all. Take care of each other and y'all be safe. See y'all on the next one. Peace.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Then it for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bustin' up.
Come on, Blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.